Hey guys, I'm Kay. This is Ecstatic Self. Pleasure to be here with you. So, another viewer request was, can I talk about overcoming self-doubt? Or to flip that on its head, I imagine the question also is, how do I cultivate confidence in myself? I think this is a really cool question to dive into and something that I've definitely been exploring because if you met me 15 years ago, or at least even 10 years ago, oh, I was a nervous wreck. I would walk into an audition room shaking and be so nervous I would black out because I was so petrified and wanting approval and not feeling good enough. I just so many years of not feeling good enough. So overcoming self-doubt and building confidence. One, I think it's valid to acknowledge maybe you question your abilities for good reason. Maybe you're not as smart or as talented or as blank as you think you are. Because I think that's a really healthy question to ask, because I think most of us hold a high opinion of ourselves and it's not always accurate. So what if that's true? Let's just consider what if. What if that's true? You're not as good as you think. Oh, all right. Well, then what stitch does that put us in? It puts us in either, well, woe is me, I suck, or, oh, I've got room to grow. I could be better. And I think that's actually one of the best indicators of somebody who lives confidently and someone who's living a good life overall is a curiosity about what they don't know. To say, I don't have this all figured out, but I know I can get the answers. I know where to turn. I know I can put in the hard work or put in the reps or do the research. I can get there. And so I think there's tremendous confidence that comes from letting go of needing to be the one who knows the answer or being the successful one or being the whatever one and just saying, I might not be. I can walk into a situation and feel like totally okay with knowing I'm not going to have everything. But I have trust in myself and I know that I can put in the work to make it happen, to find those answers, to achieve that what I need to learn that skill. And so it's not about believing that you're the be all and end all. It's saying, admitting actually the opposite, saying, oh, I don't have it all, but I'm going to figure it out as I go along. There's an interesting thing also to bring up around gender here is because studies have shown that when men are offered a promotion where they are not qualified for it based on their current skill set, something like 80% of men will jump at the opportunity and say, yeah, I'll make it work. I'll figure it out. Whereas 95% of women will defer and say, I'm not ready. And I don't know how much of that is just societal of how we've trained women to be subservient and to need to have everything in line versus how much of that is just biological. Probably some element of both, who knows. But there's this willingness to say, hey, I'm never going to be fully ready. I'm never going to have all the answers. Cool, we'll figure it out. And I think that becomes easier and easier the more trust you have in yourself, the more you put yourself into uncomfortable situations and see that you survive. It helps to build trust. So the more you step outside your comfort zone, do that daring thing, say, hey, I'm going to fuck this up. I'm not going to do well. But I'll live and I'll get better the next time. And the next time I do it after that, I'll be even a little more skillful. And so this willingness to admit that, hey, there's room for growth and I'm going to be able to grow. I think that's been one of the big things for me. Another big thing for me for confidence is learning self-worth and realizing that self-worth has nothing to do with accolades or money or power or achievement, because those things come and go. But that true self-worth comes from the love of a partner, someone who really matters to you, really valuing you. It comes from connection with community and feeling embedded with friends and family. And it comes from really knowing that you were entitled to worth and love and beauty and kindness because you're alive. Every living creature deserves to be treated well. And of course, they're not always going to be, but they deserve to be. And that's part of our bargain of having a human life, or just being any sort of living creature, an animal or plant, is we deserve to be treated with kindness. And when you kind of start to see that all life deserves this, not just me, all life, it gives us a humility and it gives us kind of a standard which we don't accept for ourselves or for other people. If I see somebody else being mistreated, I'm going to step in if it's appropriate. I'm going to treat other people with respect. I'm going to treat others how I want to be treated, right? Like the old golden rule that we learn as kindergartners. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. I think these are really great ways to help start building confidence. step outside your comfort zone, admit that you're not going to have all the answers, and know that you're entitled to being treated well. And you'll figure it out as you go along. When I was in college, I one summer decided to take up skydiving for that reason. So over that summer, I would drive 3 hours into the desert and do several jumps a day. I ended up doing 50 jumps, I think, over the course of 2 months, and got my A-level license and an invitation to join a competitive jumping team. Because I wanted to push into the discomfort. I wanted to be to learn to be okay in craziness. And that was just a small stepping stone for me, but it meant something to me at that time. So thank you for whoever asked this question. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, so I'm Kay. This is Ecstatic Self. Please share this with someone if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Please check out my new book, Journey to the Ecstatic Self, now on Amazon. Namaste.